Hey, what's going on YouTube? Gary here, gzduel, here to bring you guys a match on Dueling Network again, and I am using my Fire Kings, but now I switched it up. Yes, I switched it up. So I heard the good news that Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Bear is getting reprinted in the Wave 1 tin with the blaster and the titles. So they're going to be easy to procure, easy to get. So with that in mind, I thought about it and I was like, the Hazy Flames are really passive. They're not that good. Whereas if you have Bear, it's like a plussing machine. So I decided, just to try out this variant in which, you would play like level 4s, you would play Wolf Bark, you would play like Bear, you would play Yaksha. Even though I don't really like Yaksha, I'm trying out 2 Yaksha. And I'm apparently playing against Dragon Rulers. So this is going to be a really good test of Fire Kings. Just to see how it would fare against like the top meta deck. Okay, so he's going to go for the first turn Draco Sack. He's like discarded like 4 dragons, so if he uses Rejuvenation, I'm going to admit defeat like right now. Not really. I do have Dark Hole, so I'm not too worried. Blaster will be able to get rid of the Draco Sack. I could just use like Dark Hole, Blaster, but then that's still very minus. And my opponent, he didn't use too many dragons. He just used like small dragons. So next turn he would still be able to banish all of the small dragons plus some big dragons in order to go into Draco Sack again. So it's really not worth it for that. But it seems like my opponent wants to overcommit a little bit. He wants to use Monster Reborn on Blaster, and he wants to use I think Tempest's effect in order to summon itself. Now he's doing this because he wants to do as much damage as possible, which ends up really helping him. Or else if he doesn't do this, I probably would have won. Okay, so I'm going to take so much damage up to the point where I only have 200 life points left, and he's going to go into a Master of Blades. And he's going to set 1 card. I'm going to MST that set card right there. Over here, my opponent got a little bit confused. I don't know why people are confused on Dueling Network. Like, I'm activating MST, of course I'm targeting that, and why are you taking so long? Like, I don't know. So I drew into Garunix, the card that I really don't want to draw into, but it's still okay because I do have Dark Hole. So I'm going to use Dark Hole on everything, and that will get rid of the 2 tokens plus the Master of Blades. And then I'm going to use Blaster's effect to discard Garunix and destroy the Draco Sack. So it's not that bad. And then after that, what I can do is I can use Bear. I can attack with Bear, get tanky, and search for another Bear. And, I only have 200 life points left. I know that. So when they try to attack Bear, I'm going to use the Circle of the Fire Kings, bring back Garunix, and hopefully I'll survive for an extra turn. So that's what I'm going to do, but my opponent's confused once again. I have to tell him I'm using the Blaster effect, you should check. I said activate effect, you should check. Okay, so I destroyed it. I'm going to summon Bear. I'm going to attack with Bear. And he's going to take the damage with Bear. And I'm going to use Bear's effect and set Tenki. So like you see in my deck right now, I don't have any Hazy Flames. One of my subscribers did suggest that I try out like Skill Drain. I thought it was a really good idea at first. And then I thought about it some more. So if you use Skill Drain, right? It will hurt a lot of other decks like Fire Fist, like Ophion, it'll hurt a lot of other decks, but it also hurts you kind of. I know that Garunix has this graveyard effect, which if it's destroyed by card effects, it'll come back during the next standby phase. But because of Skill Drain, you won't be able to blow up the field. Now, that's one of the main reasons why Garunix is so powerful, because even if Garunix is like destroyed by effects, it can come back and act like a Dark Hole. That's why, people play Garunix. And also, things like the Hazy Flame monsters, like Hazy Flame Sphinx, that would get hurt because, you have Skill Drain. I know that, if you have Periton, it's okay, because Periton's effect is tribute itself, discard a fire monster and tribute itself to special summon. But even after that, that's not really a plus. So let's say you don't play the Hazy Flames. Let's say you don't do that. You have Skill Drain and you don't play Hazy Flames, you play Fire Fist. But then Fire Fist really depend on monster effects. You really depend on your Bear's effect. You really depend on your Wolf Bark's effect and all that stuff. So Skill Drain wouldn't work in that case either. So I was like, let me just try the Fire Fist variant of Fire Kings, and instead, and just don't try Skill Drain just yet. Okay, so right here, like I said, my opponent's going to go for a second Draco Sack, and I'm going to just use the Circle of Fire Kings, bring back my Garunix, like I said. Now, my opponent does have a lot of dragons in his graveyard, but the only effect that he can use is Blaster's effect. He hasn't used Blaster's effect, and he's in main phase 2. So that's an advantage for me. Excuse me. So that's an advantage for me. Over here, he just forgot that he was using he already used Redox's effect. So he's viewing his graveyard and he's trying to just use Redox's effect twice this turn. You'll see he's gonna banish the Master of Blades and the Reactant. I was like, you used it already, so you can't use Redox again. So I guess this dragon player was like pretty new to dragons. Like for example, he's playing Red Eyes Wyvern, so it's not very standard. The choice is not very standard, but still, like, the dragon deck is so broken. It's broken up to a point where, you know, you can actually be a bad or a new player and you can actually win with dragons. It's just that powerful. Okay, so he's going to use Dracosack's effect to destroy my Garunix, which I don't understand why. I'd rather just keep it, but, you know, that's cool. I guess I'll have Garunix next turn during the standby phase. It'll come back. It will be able to destroy the field, which is the token that he summons, and I can attack over his Dracosack. Now over here, I made a big misplay right here. I thought Blaster's effect would allow me to banish fire monsters from the field as well. So that's why I normal summoned Bear, instead of using Blaster's effect right now. You see, I summoned Bear because I wanted to do more damage, and then at main phase 2, I hope to use Blaster's effect. Now, I didn't know that Blaster's effect is you can only banish fire or dragon monsters from the graveyard or hand. So that was a big misplay, because now that I have the Bear exposed, he just has to summon like one dragon monster, attack over Bear, and I would die. I do have lands, but it's not going to be enough for a big enough dragon. So yeah, if I didn't misplay like that, what would have happened was I would have summoned out Blaster. I would have removed these two bears. I would have summoned out Blaster, attacked over the Dracosack with one of my Garunix, attack directly for 2,800, and then end my turn. Now it's my opponent's turn. He's gonna go into like Big Eye, obviously, and he's gonna steal my Garunix. Now after he steals my Garunix, no, he's probably not gonna even steal my Garunix. He's probably going to steal my Blaster, and with the Blaster, he's going to attack into Garunix, and Garunix's effect will activate. Garunix will only take 100 damage from Blaster. Garunix's effect will activate, will allow me to special summon out Barong from the main deck, and if he has another dragon that he summoned, just happens to summon, he would attack into the Barong, and the Barong would die, but I wouldn't take damage, I wouldn't lose. Now during the next turn, what I could do is I could use the Onslaught of the Fire Kings, because I have a clear field, and once I have the clear field, I can actually just go into Garunix again, and then destroy the field, and probably win. But I didn't do that, so I'm actually going to lose game 1. I feel really bad because I misplayed really hard over here. I hope you guys will forgive me. Excuse me. Hope you guys will forgive me, but like I'm telling you guys the actual play you should have done. This is just me misreading Blaster, thinking that Blaster's effect also activated in the on the field as well. So he's gonna do Big Eye, of course, and he's gonna detach whatever dragon, steal this, and he's going to attack, of course. So I'm gonna lose this game 1, but unluckily for him and luckily for me, I have a side deck full of like hate for Prophecy and dragons. So I'm gonna side in everything like that. I'm going to take out these MST and Heavy Storms. I'm going to put in things like Imperial Iron Wall. Now I'm going to take out my Blaster because I have Imperial Iron Wall. I'm going to put in the Kaikus. Now I want to side in Droll and Lockbird as well. So I was thinking of taking out like reborning cards, because it doesn't seem like even if I reborn a Garunix, it's not going to be that useful. So I was like, I really want the Droll and Lockbird. What should I take out? So I'm over here deciding. I'm selecting the Call of the Haunted, and I think I also selected out one of the Circle of the Fire Kings. So yeah, that's my side deck going into game 2. We start game 2, and I go first this time. Okay, pretty good. I drew into Valor. I drew into Imperial Iron Wall, and I'm going to just start off with a standard move. I'm going to set the Imperial Iron Wall. I'm going to activate Tenki and use Tenki's effect to search for Bear. Obviously, you need Bear. And then I'm going to actually summon the Barong, because I want to be able to summon the Barong. Did I summon the Barong? I didn't summon the Barong, my bad. I didn't summon the Barong. Now, during his turn, I want to be able to activate Imperial Iron Wall. Now, I was conflicted. I was like, should I activate Imperial Iron Wall when he's activating an effect, or should I activate Imperial Iron Wall like right away? So he enters battle phase. So I was like, that's weird. So he wants to go into main phase 1. That's fine. I'm still thinking whether or not I want to use Imperial Iron Wall, or I should use it when he uses something like Golden Sarcophagus, because I can chain Imperial Iron Wall to Golden Sarcophagus. But then afterwards, I decided I'm going to use this because there's a possibility that he'll just open up with like 3 big dragons, and he'll use one of the big dragons effect, banish the 2 big dragons from his hand, and send them to the graveyard. And once that happens, he'll get pluses. So I really just want to use the Imperial Iron Wall right away. Now he's gonna go for dragons anyways. He's gonna use he's gonna use Reactant and discard the title in order to go for Redox. Now he's gonna have Redox on the field, and he's gonna Monster Reborn. So that's good. My Imperial Iron Wall actually forced him to use like cards like Monster Reborn. So he's gonna Monster Reborn title, and he's gonna overlay title and Redox into this thing. This thing is actually really cool. And I saw MCole40 have this Incarnate Karakuri deck in which he uses dragons as like a base to get out like 3 Karakuri Burritos or something. So I'm going to Veiler that, thank goodness for the Veiler, and I'm going to just take 400 damage. Now once that happens, what I can do during my turn is I can activate an Onslaught of the Fire Kings, because Onslaught is just the best card ever. Now I'm going to use Onslaught of the Fire Kings, and I'm going to summon out Garunix. Now over here my opponent is like, oh, I have to go, I have to leave, I can't duel you anymore. That's fine. I have game, and all of my siding cards will probably just win the rest of the game and the rest of the matches. So I hope you guys enjoyed this duel. This is Gary GZ Duels signing out.